Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna be coming to you with a video today, just a quick little face beat. I've already prepped my face using my Skin Science hydrating face serum with hyaluronic acid. And the next thing I do, I put my Lancome water infused cream. I just do a couple of swipes of that on the face. This makes the skin very nice and supple. Again, this is my Lancome. It is the water infused cream. Just moisturize my skin. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead with my brows. I do my brows kind of different than, most people. I do use eyeshadow for my brows. I prep them first using the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyebrows. This just makes the shadow stick a little bit better. It lasts all day. Does not move when I put this on here. It's matte. It looks very natural. And this is the best way I like it. I think this is the most natural way for doing the brows. I sometimes use pencil. That's when I really don't. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just I prefer to use shadows for my brows, and that's just a personal thing. So then I brush them up, and also this Becca Evermatte, it like holds my brows in place as well, so they don't move throughout the day. So whichever way you brush them, and then place some more primer on top of them, they're more than likely going to stay that way. They don't move at all. I'm pretty sure you could use any primer. This is my go-to primer, especially for my skin. My skin is oily, and I know you guys are like, well, why are you putting, oil on your face? That's just because I do, I use matte products on my face, but I don't like a matte look. I like a dewy look, but somehow it always turns out looking dewy. So I use matte products. Like I use a matte primer. I use Becca's 24 Hour. I use matte products. Sometimes I use dewy finish products like the Maybelline. I use that in a dewy finish, but overall I do use matte products. But I set my face with like the facial mist, and then I'll set it with a dewy setting spray because I really don't like looking extra matte. So I'm just going to be going in with my Sephora brush that has a angled brush and a spoolie at the end. And then right now I am using the Take Me Back to Brazil palette for my brows. I use this rusty brown color, which is here, and then I use this black shadow. So to start that off, I go in with the rusty brown shade, and I go in on the beginning of my brow with that. If you guys see me looking different directions here or there, it's just because I have a mirror on both sides of me and one facing the camera. I just go in at the tip of my brow with this rusty color. As you can see, my hair color, so I like to kind of, I don't know, this is just a thing for me. You can go in with the light brown. You can go in with whatever shade that's like lighter than your brow, because I like ombre brows. I don't like a brow that's straight black or just one solid color. It looks unnatural to me. Like our brows are thin in the front and then they begin to get thicker. So I like to like keep that same look. Now I'm going with this black shade, and I'm just going to fill in the rest of this brow using it. As you can see, it's very, very, very pigment. And I don't have like a certain way to do these. I just pack the shadow on. I honestly pack the shadow on. I don't care if it's sloppy, because I go in with concealer and that's all going to get cleaned up. So it really doesn't matter if it's sloppy right now. Like right now it looks crazy. It looks horrible. It looks hideous. Now I'm going with my spoolie and blend these two colors in. And it looks crazy, right? All right, now that I'm done looking crazy, I'm going to go in with my concealer. Right now I'm using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind for concealer. I'm going to just go ahead and clean this up just a bit. Well, not just a bit, a lot. I put some of this on my... All right, and now I'm going to clean this up. And I go heavy with my concealer because I also blend this downwards and use it as a eyeshadow, eyelid primer, whatever you want to call it. Use it as a lid primer. Now I just carved my brow out. I use my natural brow shade. Don't try to change it. Alright, now I'm going to go over top with that same concealer. And now you see what you guys can probably see what I'm saying, how it goes lighter than darker. That's just how I do my brows. This is not for everyone. And that's how it basically looks. I'll go in with some black up here because it's looking a little blotchy. Right, it's a brow. Go back in with a little more black. I probably just didn't put my primer up high enough because I do have like a little gap there where there's no hair. Okay, that looks good enough for me. So now I'm going to go off camera and do my other brow. Okay, so now that I'm back, I already did this other brow. Now I'm going to blend this concealer downwards. Just blend it downwards. You can use your brush, you can use your finger. It really doesn't matter. It's up to you what you want to use. I prefer the finger just because it, I don't know, melts the product, I guess, in my skin. That's how I feel. Probably just a mind thing. Fix any blemishes you see. My brows aren't done, so it's kind of hard concealing these dark hairs I have. Probably should have went in and tweezed today, but like I said, a little pressed for time going to a party. Again, this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. I recommend and don't recommend this product at the same time. Like, it's amazing coverage. It has Tarte Shape Tape type coverage. However, I hate this sponge that's on top of it. And also, because the sponge is up here, you lose a lot of product. You lose a lot of product. I think I've had this for about 2 weeks now, and I'm pretty sure I will be picking up another one next week because you lose so much product. So if you're a person who does your makeup at least 2 or 3 times a week, this isn't going to last you. There's no longevity in it. But I also use my, I use Tarte Shape Tape creamy creaseless concealer as well. And that, I like it. It's just that it's creamy and you have to really set it. And it's kind of hard to play with. So that's not my go-to. But I do like it because it just comes in amazing shades. So this is a concealer I also like. I'll probably go under my eye with this and the Instant Age Rewind today just to show you guys what it's like. In case anyone wants to pick this up. Besides getting the Tarte Shape Tape, because I know they're known for their tape shape. Yeah, their tape shape. But this is an amazing product as well. I like it. But again, if you're not a person who's into dewy looks, you probably won't like this. But you can set it and make it mattifying with the powder. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into this eye look. You guys, if I'm all over the place, it's just because I'm trying to do a quick video, nothing too long. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be using this palette here since it has this nice green shade that I can use. And then I love this brown. I use this brown for all over. Like, kind of just like the set, simply because this is a nice brown that matches my skin tone. I love this brown in this palette. This is the Jovius Place Zoodoo palette. And so, you see, just an all-over set for my eyes. The pigmentation is amazing in these Jovius Place palettes. Love them. And I'm just going to go all over with that. I like to work side by side. So whatever I do on one side, I'll go ahead and do on the other. This is just so I don't forget what I did. Because a lot of the times, the looks I come up with are just me playing with colors. So I have to kind of work side by side. That way I don't forget what I did on one side. That brown has, I don't know if it's my brush or the shadow, but it does have a lot of fallout. So if you're a person that, you know, you don't like fallout, then they do have fallout. These palettes do have fallout. So now that I've used that brown, I think I'm going to go in and look for a darker brown. And one of these palettes I have in the, okay, I'm going to use the Morphe 24G palette. This is the Glam palette. And they have a darker brown in here that I'm going to be using, which is right here. Not sure the name. I lost the paper that had the names of all these shadows. So I'm going to be going in probably, what brush would I be using? Give me a clean one. I'm going to be going in with a Sonia Cashew brush. Doesn't have a number or anything, but this is just a Sonia Cashew brush. Going into that deep brown shade and going to be blending that right underneath. See that? And these are some amazing brushes. You can find them in Target. They are some of the more pricey drugstore, I guess, brushes you can find, but they work amazing. They actually work as good as Morphe brushes in my opinion. I feel like I went up just a little too much, so I'm going to go ahead and dip back into that brown shade we initially used in the Zoodoo palette by Jovius Place. And I'm just going to be going over that to soften the edges of that darker brown I just went in with. And you just soften the edges so that everything blends perfectly. There's no harsh lines. So now we're going to move on over to this other eye, dip back into that darker brown, and do the same thing. Bring it just below, dip in one more time, and there we go. Looks good. Once again, dip into that lighter brown shade to blend the edges, make it seamless, no harsh lines. Looks good. All right. I think I want it just a tad bit deeper now that I'm going below, so I might dip into the black inside of this Take Me Back to Brazil palette. On that same brush where I use that darker brown, I just want to dip into this black. Just gently press it into a black and bring it right below, like on the lid almost. Because I think I'm going to cut this crease. So that's the only reason. I think I'm going to go ahead and do a cut crease today. So I'm going to be deepening it up with a little bit of black. As you can see, yeah, they deepened it nicely. Do the same thing on the other eye. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. The only thing I'm gonna do now on a clean brush, I'm gonna grab a clean brush, and this is a CALA Kala brush. Don't know, whatever the name is. I'm gonna be going in with that deeper brown shade right over top of where we placed the black. And this is just like a it's almost clean, and just blend that. Just blend it so that it's seamless. So that black is not too harsh. And there we go. That looks good. Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to pop some green on my cut crease. And then in the center, I might pop some shimmery shade. Not sure. But I'm going to do like a cut crease. I know that much. But should I do a half? I'm going to do a half cut crease. So I'm going to get my concealer. Right now I'm taking my concealer and placing it on my little, I don't know what you call it, just my little tray I have to place product on. There we go. So I can cut this crease. And I'm going to go back in with that same brush I used to conceal underneath my eyebrows. And I'm going to create a half cut crease. And this is why I said the coverage on this is amazing, because you can't even see the shadow bleed through this concealer. It covers it completely up. And that was a black shadow that was down here. And you don't see anything. This concealer covered it up completely. And then I just drag the line out a little bit like that. Just like that. And I'm going to keep it just like that. Alright, do the same thing on the other eye. Let me bring my mirror in a little bit so I can see. This is so hard, you guys. Excuse me if I'm quiet. When I do a cut crease, I feel like if I'm talking, I'm gonna mess it up. I really like to be quiet doing this. I don't know. Okay. You see? There we go. So now that both of those are cut, I am going to be, this one should be dry. So I'm going to go in on another Kala brush. You guys tell me how that, I don't know. Kayla, I never claimed to be a spelling bee queen, okay? Just so you know. I don't know how to pronounce this. C-A-L-A. That's all I'm going to call it. But these brushes are amazing, you guys. And since I clearly used that green shade already, I'm just going to be using this brush. And that's why I picked it up, because I see it already has a green shadow on it. So, I'm going to be using two different greens. I'm going to be using a green in the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. And I'm also going to be using that green in the Zulu palette that I showed you guys before. So I'm going to be using this green. And then I'm also probably going to dip into the green in the Take Me Back to Brazil palette, which is this one, this darker tree green. This one on camera is looking like, I don't know. It's looking dark, but it's really like a neon green. So I'm not even going to be fooled. I'm going to use this green, which I feel like is very almost similar. It's just a little darker. I'll probably just mix those to get the shade. I feel like it's dry now. So I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, go ahead and dip into these shades. I'm going to use the green in the Take Me Back to Brazil palette first. Whole lot of fallout, a lot of kickback. And then slightly press into the green in the Zulu palette. And I'm going to place that just on the outer corners of this look. And I'm just pressing it in. I'm not blending right now, simply because it's still a little tacky. And when you have your shadows that are still tacky, that are still wet, you don't want to blend that yet. You just want to pack it on right now. And that's basically what I'm doing, just packing that green shade on. And it looks so pretty, you guys. It's like a pack and sweep, just a tad. Nothing too serious. I need a angled brush or any brush with a sharp. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Morphe brush. This is very precise and it's not thick, so I'm gonna be using that to pop on that line I placed. Yep. There we go. And I just like using this brush at the top because it's like precise, you guys. I'm going to be leaving that inner corner blank for now because I am going to be popping some shimmer shade in there. So for now, since I left that blank, I'm going to then go in with my Sonia Cashew brush, and whatever is left on it, because the green had a little bit of fallout, I'm going to brush that inwards. Just clean it up. See? And bring the dark black brown shade back. And this is the brush that I use for that. So that's how it's bringing it back, because I had a lot of fallout that kind of mixed over top of my black shade. And you just push it in and kick it off. And there we go. So I think I want to do like a shimmer shade that's like yellow goldy. Not sure. Looking through my palettes now to see what I'm gonna go ahead and play with in that corner. I want a yellow. I want like a nice champagne shimmer yellow, but I'm not really sure if I have that in my collection, which is weird. Let me check my festival palette. Boom. Okay, my festival palette. So I'm gonna go in with the Weekend Festival palette by BH Cosmetics, and I'm gonna be using this goldy yellow shade that's called Euphoria, and I'm gonna pop that in the inner corner of this screen. So I'm gonna get a flat shader brush. The consistency of the shimmer shades in the Weekend palette is soft. They're so soft, so you don't need to wet your brush, but if you want to, you can. You don't need to. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip in this, and one swipe, and look how much pigment's up there. And I am just gonna gently tap that into my inner corner. Boom. I'm gonna go in with the green again, so I can blend. So I can blend these shades, this gold and the green, into each other, because we don't want harsh lines. There we go. And now that they are perfectly blended, I kind of touched, I don't know if you guys can see, there's a little tick there, and I don't like that. I'm such a clean freak, so I want to fix that. There we go. And now it's gone. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this lid. I'm going to go off camera and do it, since I've already showed you guys how. I'm going to go off camera. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I have both eyes done, as you can see. I'm going to wipe the fallout from underneath my eyes, because I have quite a bit, as you can see. And now I'm going to get into my foundation. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get into this foundation look. I'm going to be using my Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. And I put this in my T-zone and underneath my eyes, because these are the places where I get the most oiliest. And I use quite a bit of this, so if you use too much, it kind of leaves a ashy little cast, but that's fine. Just all right. Now that you can see, yeah, you can see where I placed it, because it has like a white little ashy cast, but that doesn't matter. You're gonna cover it up anyways with your foundation. So I'm gonna be using my BH Cosmetics V12 brush. This is like a flat top kabuki brush, and I'm just going to be pressing that into my skin. I always use brushes, kabuki brushes, for my foundation. That's just my thing. I really don't use anything else but flat top kabuki brushes. This is my go-to brush. That's like, this is another like flat. Well, it's not flat, but this is still a kabuki brush. And these are the brushes that I usually use. Should I go ahead? This one's dirty, but this one's clean. I'm going to just go ahead and use my BH Cosmetics V12 brush, flat top kabuki brush, and get into this foundation. I like to set my face just a little bit. Spray some setting spray on my face. This setting spray is Urban Decay All Nighter, by the way. And I just like to place that on my face before I do my foundation. Right now, you guys, I am really, really, really feeling the Milani foundation. I'm really feeling this Milani foundation. I don't know why, but it's amazing. But I think I'm going to use my Becca Ultimate Coverage Foundation, just because I'm going to be playing around with my child sweating. And I know this one's going to get the job done. But maybe I should go ahead and test this out under conditions like that. Kind of like a weird test. I don't know. Battle of the foundations. I've been really loving this Milani. And I've been grabbing this over this. So I'm going to go ahead and use it. I'm going to just go ahead and dip into my Milani. And I'm going to put some of this on my tray. Once again, I told you guys I have like a little merit tray that I use. Hey. I'm going to be doing like two pumps on the tray. 1, 2, and 3, just in case. You guys, and I kind of avoid, not really avoid, but I don't always do my eyes because I see no point when I'm just about to be placing concealer underneath there. So, just so I don't look cakey, I kind of go around it and kind of avoid it. So, just placing this all over my face right now. I need one more pump, so I'm a full coverage queen. I like full coverage looks. So now that we have all the primer product on my face, I just kind of tap it around. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these earrings off so I don't get anything on them. Golly, you don't want to come off, bro. Okay, got it off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and buff this into the skin and blend downwards. Okay, it looks good. That is all on my face now. Blend it seamlessly to the gods. I'm gonna go ahead and do my concealer. I said I was gonna use my Tarte creaseless concealer, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna go ahead and place a couple drops of this. Matter of fact, let me see something. Yeah, I got how I'm gonna do this now. Since my instant age rewind is darker, which I always do, I use 2 shades for it. I use the lighter shade up in the corner, and then I always take a darker shade around the edges. And I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. So this is the instant age rewind, and then I'm gonna take the darker shade, which is my Tarte creaseless concealer, around the edges like this. And this is so I have like a gradient effect. This is why I take a lighter and a darker. It's not that big of a difference, but it does something for me. Then I'm going to go ahead and do my Cupid's bow, my chin area, and then up the nose just a tad, and just a tad in the center. Let that sit there for a bit. And while that sits there, I like mine to get dry just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and do my contour shade. My contour, I contour with the Maybelline Super Stay Multi-Use Foundation Stick. And I was so amazed because usually I contour with a shadow, being that I'm dark skinned, so it's kind of hard to find concealers that are dark enough for me. But the shade range for this Maybelline Super Stay is amazing. When I say Maybelline has been doing the dang thing with this instant age rewind, down to this, down to the foundation, they have been doing the thing. So I use this and I just contour with it. You see what I'm, look at, girl. That's amazing. All right. I do my jawline just because I'm getting a little thick, you guys, and I need to look snatched. All right. So I pat mine out with a flat brush. I don't know, flat foundation brush. I pat my concealer out, and then I'll go over it with the sponge, maybe. And this works for me. I just pat it. This is for me. This is something I like to do. It's not for everybody. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm Go in with my sponge. It's a little damp, not much, but just to pack it. All right, this is actually not as damp as I need it to be, so I'm gonna spray some of my setting spray on it. I don't know what's up today. It's not moving the way I need it to move, and it's pissing me off. All right, since that's getting on my god nerves, I'm going to go ahead and grab my brush here and just clean up these edges. And I pat it in. That's just not performing the way I need it to perform. That sponge, I don't know. Probably it's clean, so I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and buff this out. Then I go ahead and get a... Need a little bit more. I like a sharp nose contour. Not for everybody. Something I enjoy. But I like a sharp nose contour. Then just buff that out. Diffuse it a little bit. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use this brush, which is a Urban Studios brush for my contour. And that, oh, that buff's amazing. It buff's amazing. Go ahead around. And the way I drag my contour from the top is like in a circle motion so that it has like a spotlight right where that concealer was at. Okay. Go back in and just diffuse it. Since this has a little bit of my foundation on it, you just diffuse a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and with powders, I'm going to be using my Ben Nye translucent powder in the shade Chestnut. I'm going to be popping this down on that. Then I'm going to be using the shade Ebony as well. This is for an all over face set. Pop some of that. And then I also use the Ben Nye in Pretty Pink. I placed that underneath the eye as well with Chestnut. Just a tad of that. That's for brightening. And so I use either this or which one else? Where's my Jovial Space one? Jovial Space brush. That Jovial Space brush. No, that's not it. Where's the Jovial Space? Give me 1 minute. I'm just searching. Yeah, so this Jovial Space brush for all over set. And then I'll be using my Sephora dual brush, I guess, to be packing underneath and on anywhere I highlight it. So I'm going to be going in with that Pretty Pink shade right in the inner corner. Right in the inside part. Just wipe that bake off. And this is just brightening, but it doesn't leave a white cast at all, the Pretty Pink shade. Then I'm going to go on that same brush and going in with Chestnut and placing that underneath. This is for all over bait. Just that. All right. Going back over with whatever I have left of Pretty Pink. And there we go. Then I'm going to be going underneath that contour with Chestnut slightly. Okay. Then I'll be doing all over in the areas where I put my foundation with the shade Ebony. Okay, I don't like to bake for a long time, so now I'm going to be going in and just wiping all of that bake off with a no-name powder brush. Okay. All right, now that I have all of that on, I'm going to be spraying my face. There we go, nice and dewy. I'm going to be dragging that green shade, well, the brown shade and the green shade underneath. So I'm going to go in with the green shade and place that underneath. And this is just whatever I had left on my brush. I'm going to be taking a light champagne color and placing it underneath my eye. And I'm going to be using a light champagne shade, I believe. Yep. On a small shader brush. This is by Morphe as well. This is in the Nubian palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm using this. And this is just going in the inner corners, just to brighten. All right, now that I'm satisfied with how that looks, got a little bit of fallout. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and probably highlight contour. Not highlight contour. I'm gonna highlight. What am I gonna be highlighting though? Should I use my Becca? Yeah, I'm gonna go in with my Becca highlighter in the shade. This is Chocolate Geoid, and I'm going to highlight with that. I also need to grab me a blusher, and I'm going to be using my Ruby Kisses. No, this is not Ruby Kisses. This is Black Radiance Toasted Almond. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a blush brush, even though it's probably not. This is a powder brush. But I use my BH Cosmetics V11 brush and place that right over the contour. And this just brings color back to my face. So I'm a blush girl. I don't go light on it. I love it. And as you can see, there you go. And I'm going to go ahead with my highlights. I'm going to be using my, where's my, all right. I guess I'm going to be using this brush, which is a BH Cosmetics V19 brush. And this is just to highlight the little areas. We're talking about lip. Use that for that. Now I actually need, I don't know why or how my fan brush is missing. Let me find it. That's strange. How is a whole fan brush missing? Oh, it's not. This is my fan brush by Castro. And I just gently tap into it. This is why I say gently tap, because this Castro brush does not play when it comes to highlights. So now I need to go in and diffuse that a little bit. And I highlight over top of my brows, my forehead. Just a soft highlight, nothing. Okay. You see that highlight? Okay. So now I got that together. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lower lash. And this is the Lancome exclusive black mascara. And I love this stuff. As you can see, it just pulls your lashes right out. All right, I'm going to be going in and doing some liner. I'm going to be lining my eyelids with, I can't find my, nope, yes I can, I lied, spoke too soon. This is NYX Vinyl Liquid Eyeliner. I'm going to be doing a wing liner on top of this. I'm doing a little wing, not a big one. Okay. Okay, so now I have my wings on. I need to do lashes. But I'm going to go ahead and line my lips right now. I'm going to be lining my... I need to sharpen this, matter of fact. Where's my sharpener? Could have sworn I placed it up here. Okay. Using my... I'm going to be using LA Girls lip liner in the color Spice to line my lips. I'm going to be doing a nude lip. It's going to be like a nude ombre brown look. So I'm going to be bringing this liner in just a little more. Kind of not all over the lid, but just a little. This is, since it's going to be ombre, you can kind of see. And I'm going to be going on that lip with... Where's my Lorac? I think I'm going to use that. Yep. Lorac in the shade Nudist. Right now it looks crazy, but I'm going to go ahead and put liner. I mean, not liner, but a gloss over top of it. And then again, this was Lorac in the shade Nudist. I'm going to be going over that with Broadway Colors lip gloss. This is the ELIXIR. I don't know. That's it. I don't have no name, nothing. It's just from Broadway. Not sure. I don't see a name on it, so. And that just blends these two shades together. Amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna put my earrings back on, and the only thing left for this look is to do my my eyelashes. I'm not sure how I'm feeling this lip combo today. For real, you guys. I need some more highlighter. Where's my pencil? Need some more lip highlight. There we go. I think I might use a darker brown on his lip. Yep. They're darkening it a little bit. And what I used for this was a lip crayon by Jackie and Lauren Cosmetics. And this was a lip crayon infused with shea butter. This doesn't have a name or color. They probably did somewhere, but I don't know. It's a lip crayon. And it's a little bit darker. Just you see? It diffused it a little bit. I felt like this was too bright. Yeah, I like that much better. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pop my lashes on. These are Eyelure lashes. I've just been saving them on an old tray I had. So, these are Eyelure lashes. You can find them in... Eyelure lashes, and you can find them in CVS or Walgreens, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I believe you can find them in CVS or Walgreens. It's been a while. It's been like 2 months since I bought them, and they lasted me that long. I've used them over and over and over again, and they have not budged. These are false mink lashes, and they're $10.99. So they're good, and they last, and the longevity is there for these. I'm looking for my eyelash glue, which I'm pretty sure is in my purse. Yep. So now I have my lash glue. I use Kisses lash glue, and this is the strip eyelash adhesive 24-hour flexible hold. They do not lie when they say this is 24-hour flexible hold. This will last you all day. I'm gonna just place that on the band. Ooh, I feel like I need some more. Right. Don't do that, Lash. That lash is on, so, and it's pretty. So now I have that one on. I'm going to go ahead and place the other one on off camera and come back to you guys. So now that I have my lashes applied, my outfit on, girl, I'm mad. I've been trying to wipe off the makeup. I didn't got makeup on my shirt. I don't know why I didn't get dressed first, but the look is done. It's complete. My eyes are done. And that is basically how I'm going out today. And thank you guys for watching. Ooh, hit myself with a little more setting spray just to lock this in place. And I am done. It's a look, you guys. It's a whole look.